for me to believe anything about space, I need just the kind of evidence and proof I would need. I would shut up. All they got, it's really easy. Really, really easy. Just put, the International Space Station, supposedly they send 2, 3, 4 cargo ships up, and they switch out the scientists, dump off a couple scientists, couple jump in, and then they come back. They do that shit like 4 times a year. They make a lot of money off each run. They're like when they're in front of Congress, trying to get some more money. Like we need to go like 4 more times. Just can you sign that so we can go 4 more times? They're like, okay, 4 more times. Yeah. We're doing a lot of research and we're gonna save a lot of lives. They always say that, saving lives and research so that we can get further for humanity. Yeah. And they're like, okay. Yeah. So they like it. So all I would shut the fuck up about all that shit if they would just take a GoPro and videotape the whole fucking thing, the whole process, getting into their little rocket, shooting up. I'll sit there and watch the whole fucking thing, and then show me you docking with that International Space Station. I'll want unedited, no cuts. Show it to me. If it takes 13, how long does it take for the rocket to take off?
It takes 2 hours to get into space from ground.
Really?
That's way too far or long. But anyways, how long does it take to dock onto the International Space Station? So
it's basically one Joe Rogan podcast.
How long would that take?
A little bit, maybe. Technical terms, who knows? Maybe an hour.
Because the International Space Station is like 250 miles up, floating, but floating at 17,000 miles an hour. Did you know that? It's going 17,000 miles an hour. So something's going to dock on something going 17,000 miles an hour.
You get to the same speed. Haven't you seen those Red Bull guys that skydived out in the
You get to the same speed and then you dock at 17,000 miles an hour? You get to the same speed?
Well, the only thing I have to say about that is that you have planes that as they fly, now 17,000
miles an hour.
How fast are these planes going?
About 600 miles an hour.
And they're able to refill.
Have you seen the footage of them refueling? And it's very, very, it's hard. There's like a tube and then like a big, like a funnel thing. And they're and then they got to try again. And they, we got it. Boom. We got it.
Yeah.
And you telling me there's never been anybody dead from those dockings?
Pretty impressive, right?
17,000 miles an hour. So I would shut up. If all you had to do was just put a fucking camera on one of them helmets and just film the whole fucking thing, uncut. Do that, and then we're good. I'll shut the fuck up.
I can't argue with you. I've had this discussion with people. I haven't been to space. I'm not smart enough.
It's really simple. They lied about 6 moon missions, right? A Nazi directed all 6 moon missions, Werner von Braun. It's fucking out of a comic book. Come on.
Yeah.
So from that point on, for me to believe anything about space, you have to give me some really, really, it has to be unfakeable.
Right.
Like whatever you show me, is it possible that was faked? If it's possible that you could fake that, then I can't buy it.
Well,
it's got to be unfakeable for me because they've already fucked up. They already lost my trust.
Well,
6 moon missions and all that International Space Station shit and the space shuttle and all that shit. Come on. Well, I can't believe shit.
I was hanging out with the lead singer of Eagles of Death Metal and a really great band who loves conspiracy. They're big fans of the show Black Pussy, and they get so much shit now because like people and white women show up and protest their show because they're called Black Pussy. And I'm like, well, what is racist about that? But anyways, that's a different show. So all I did was we just watched NASA videos and all this bullshit. And then there's this famous quote from somebody who used to run NASA, and they're like, and the quote is, we didn't lie about some things, we've lied about everything. And it's a quote from a guy who used to run NASA. Now, here's the thing that I would like anybody who is saying that Eddie's crazy or we're crazy to explain to me, and here, look at Aaron's just popping up like the neighbor from fucking Tool Time over there. Tell me why you would destroy the evidence after all these moon missions. Why are you, all the evidence, all the statistic stuff's all gone? Imagine if a police force did that after a murder of somebody you loved or a violent crime. And they said, oh, we destroyed all the evidence. people's heads would explode if that had happened. If the police did what NASA did, nobody would accept that. That would be unacceptable. People would lose their jobs, people would be thrown in jail. If you just destroyed evidence, which there is no reason for, of these missions to space, you should be losing your jobs. Is there any honest reason to destroy the evidence? Anybody?
Yeah. People think, I think everything's fake. But when you realize that we've been lied to about everything when it comes to space, the most important stuff, the moon missions, space shuttle. Space shuttle is just a high altitude airplane. That shit didn't go into space. That shit wasn't floating. ISS.
Oh, dude, don't even get me started with the fucking 6 people from NASA that are still from that Challenger that they think are still alive.
Well, this brings me, what is the chance that we start a GoFundMe? We get Eddie's passport to Russia. You get into a Russian.
No, it's really simple. It's way easier. This will cost $19.95. A little GoPro camera.
I'm listening.
They're going to the space station all the goddamn time. They don't have to do nothing. They can shut everybody down. Just give me an uncut video of the astronauts getting onto the rocket and docking and getting on and off. Show me that and I'll shut up.
Awesome. You heard it, NASA. Eddie Bravo's asked for it. We want Tesla's voice and we want some footage.
Here it
uncut,
is, dude.
unedited.
Here it is, man. This is the guy. If you go to war crimes, wariscrime.com, it says NASA. We didn't lie about some things. We lied about everything.
Is that written or did someone say it?
Hold on, I'm looking at. I'm getting it going. I got to connect, but I'll find it by the end of the night. So let's get into this because Eddie hit me up. Eddie's like, because I just put this shit out about NASA and how all these Challenger astronauts are still alive, and everyone's like, dude, it's just coincidence. So you're telling me it's just coincidence that 6 people on a Challenger, that there are doppelgangers, not only with the same name, but the exact same looks, and they're all part of one group of 6 people. Is that what you're telling me? That these people have the exact same name, and they all look exactly like these people that all died in this one group of people. It's not a random group of people. It's not like suddenly I just pick 8 people walking down the street and go, hey, dude, you have a doppelganger, same name. It's these 6 same people with the exact same names, with 2 of them having twins that there's no record of them ever having twins before. What I think happened is they sent that shuttle up and it exploded, and now they're like, fuck, man, we got 6 astronauts here who are fucking supposed to be on a shuttle that just exploded. And it's just like, I mean, dude, I can't get an explanation for this. And people go, fucking.
That's a good one.
Have you seen all the photos of them before too?
Or they knew the whole time and it was part of the mission. Maybe they, either way, they were supposed to go on a space shuttle mission.
Yeah.
And it blew up accidentally.
That's what I'm thinking.
Or they wanted to blow it up for a purpose. Like they go, we're going to launch something, blow it up. And that accomplishes something.
Or you get sympathy.
Man, it could have been an accident. And they're like, oh shit, these motherfuckers. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So if it didn't blow up, they could have just landed and said they came back. Yeah. You know what? I've seen that and I buy it about 90%. The only thing is it's always the same picture of them. Mm-hmm. The older picture.
Oh, you mean like how they
Maybe
look?
that's Photoshop picture. Maybe.
But my point is you can Google each one of these people and find the actual picture of them. I've Googled them. These are all real people. They have LinkedIn's, they have job, they're they're professors at schools. Their pictures are there. You can Google each one of these people and find out that is their name and that's what they look like.
So basically what you're saying is
What would
so
be the
nobody
purpose?
So maybe one theory could be every time they send up a space shuttle, it's the same crew, these hardcore dudes that know how to drive or fly high altitude planes. No need to take these scientists up. There's no need. No one's gonna see shit. They fly. They pretend they fly up. They land, and then they bullshit and say they were up there and all the experiments they did, and they keep doing that. Every time they do that, that's fucking $35 billion. Boom. Every time, boom, we do another one. Can we do 2 more this year? Boom. Just faking it. And then, boom, one of them blows up.
Yeah, now they got to buy it.
Fuck.
But they don't kill these people because they're all part of the thing.
Yeah, so they say,
they're
okay.
like, hey, listen, so we have 2 options here. Either you guys never mention this again, or we kill you and all your family. Those are your options right here. So, and one guy they can't find. Maybe that guy after time was like, dude, we got to tell. And now they don't know where he is. And he's the only one in that they can't find anybody with.
But the crazy thing about that is,
dude, they're
what
making
about the people that know them?
$55 million a year. I mean, a day. NASA spends $55 million a day on their project. Yeah. Think about that number, dude.
I think they're slowly backing out of space and letting SpaceX take over.
Oh, that's how they privatize it.
Yes, exactly.
And what do you think of Elon Musk? That guy's like a modern day comic book hero. Like he's straight up right out of like Pages.
Man, you know what? I never really looked into Elon Musk. I never looked into him. I just thought, okay, he's got his own little self-financed space program, super billionaire. I mean, he really is like that, the Iron Man character.
Totally.
You know, and that's all I really knew. I'm like thinking, how is he gonna? You know, he's talking about going to Mars and all that, and I'm thinking, yeah, right. He's in for a rude awakening, is what I was thinking. I didn't look into him that much. I just thought, okay, he's putting a lot of money. He's got good heart. He's trying, those Tesla cars. They're pretty badass. And then, when that SpaceX launch was coming, I thought, they're going to make it look really good. I mean, if they fake anything, they're going to make it look really good because, he's a trillionaire and he's super smart and he's a genius. And I'm thinking he's like a scientist and everything. I'm like, fuck. He's got like secret patents for those Tesla cars. And he's just like this, but I didn't know. And then I asked maybe 6 months ago, I emailed Eric Dubé and asked him, I'm like, what do you think about this Elon Musk guy? Because I saw a couple interviews on with guys that didn't like Elon Musk, and I'm like thinking, oh shit, if these people that are clearly in the club are talking shit on Elon Musk, maybe he's legit. I'm like, that's all I'm thinking. So I asked Eric Dubé, and Eric Dubé said, dude, he's just like all those other guys. He's just another puppet for the establishment. He's another character. They created him. And I'm like, God, no, that's too much. I'm like thinking, but I never looked into him until the last few days after watching that roadster that he put into space. After watching that, I thought, whoa, that's worse than NASA shit. It was ridiculous. And the first minute of the press conference he gives, immediately after, the first minute, every single line of that first minute is fucking amazing.
Here, I have it for you too.
That first minute, it's amazing. Everything he says is amazing. Because now this is after everyone on the internet's calling it fake. It looks so fake. It's the fakest looking shit ever. And he says it himself. He says,
it's real.
You know it's real because it looks so fake.
Yeah.
He said it looks so fake. He said it. So he can't blame everyone else for saying it because he said it. So it sounds so prepared. It sounds like, dude, you got to say this because it looked like shit. I mean, did you really launch just a regular car? And he says this in the first minute. He says it. He says, we didn't test the materials for anything or whatever. It's not space hardened or whatever. It just got seats in it, and it's just like, it's literally just a regular car in space. It's literally just a car in space.
Yeah, like a $80,000.
He didn't even sound like he's, and then I looked into him, and I realized, here, play that first minute. Just play that for
try to find him talking about it.
It's the press conference.
Press conference.
No, it's the SpaceX Roadster press conference.
All right.
But Elon Musk press conference.
Okay.
Elon Musk.
And all those people cheering.
No, you spelled Musk wrong.
Musk, M-U-S-K. MUSK.
And all those people cheering, it's so
They're all
fake.
they're all
It's
on it.
You know what it is? They don't even have to. The crowds. They don't even have to let them in on it. They could just say, "Hey, you guys want to watch the SpaceX launch,
Yeah.
right?" All you would have to do is you get a bunch of people. They think they're at SpaceX headquarters,
press conference.
right? And then they say, "We're gonna film this," and they go, "Cool." Everyone's excited, and then they don't get to see it. And then they go, "We needed his cheer." And then they get all this footage of them cheering, and they go, "Oh, the cameras went down," because the cameras always goes down when you look at this shit. Cameras always go down. That's the one on top, right there. Right. Yeah, you could pick any of these,
Yeah, they're like 30 minutes long.
but right at the top.
Since they're not Block 5 or version 5,
Yeah.
we weren't planning on reusing any of the cores.
Let me see.
About 12 hours from launch, roughly, will heat shield that's capable.
Is it instrumented and or pressurized? And
We'll
what's
find
Well, I guess it wasn't the first minute. I have a full minute, and that whole full minute, when he gets asked, play the top of it. See what happens at the top. The very beginning.
I was going to show you the boosters landing on the
No. Let's get to this. We got to
Yeah.
get to that.
All right.
That's very important. Let me see.
Elon Musk SpaceX press conference.
I'll play it on my
So
phone.
real.
if I have to.
Yeah.
I'll
So
play it on
real.
my
It's
phone.
fake. You know it's real because it's fake.
Yes, I'll play it right now. God damn it, this is on.
It's okay, dude. This is a live podcast. This is what we do.
Yeah.
It's all fine.
Yeah, that's what we do.
I'm gonna play.
Yeah,
it.
there
I'm
it
gonna
is.
play
That's
right.
it.
You got it?
No, I don't have it. Yeah, you check it out. But
I got it right here.
All right, let's see it. What is the video?
Yeah, I got it right here. Watch.
Just
What
put.
was going through your mind? How amazed were you to see your roadster up there with Starman just cruising along with the Blue Planet? And how long will we be getting live views, do you think, from the car?
Well, I think it looks so ridiculous and impossible. And you can tell it's real because it looks so fake, honestly. We'd have way better CGI if it was fake.
Come on, everything that's coming out of his mouth.
And, the colors all look like kind of weird in space. There's no atmospheric occlusion. Like everything looks too crisp. But we didn't really test any of those materials for, as it's space hardened or whatever, So it just has the same seats that like a normal car has. It's just literally a normal car in space,
yeah,
which I kind of like the absurdity of that.
What were your
What is it?
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
Come on, man. Like, it's just ridiculous, dude. It's just
well, how about these
So,
boosters?
so anyways, so then I started looking into him, and it turns out, according to the stuff that I found, it turns out that Tesla has never made any money. It's going down the tubes, but since it's a green thing, the government gave him $2 billion. So right there, I'm thinking, oh shit. The government gave him $2 billion, and he's got a thing called Solar City, which I don't know what it is exactly. Sounds like just a city where everyone has solar panels. But apparently, that's a financial disaster, right? So if that's true, financial disaster number 2, right? And then he's got another project, another green project. It's called It's like a hyperloop. It's
Yes.
like a hyperloop. And you
LA
look into
does-
that, and people are going, that shit ain't going to work.
LA to
How's that
Frisco?
going to work? People are breaking that down. So then I look into it a little more, and then it turns out he's a computer game programmer. He's not a scientist. So I thought he was a scientist. No, he sold his first video game at like 12 or something, and he made a little bit of money. And then
At 12,
and
any
then he-
money is a lot of money.
and then he put together. He either bought a huge portion of
PayPal?
or he invented it. I'm not sure.
I think he invented it, but who doesn't matter.
Yeah, so that's where he made all his initial money.
Let
That's
me
where he
say
made the
this.
big money.
The thing about SpaceX losing all this money, and you're like, oh, what is going on with that? Snapchat loses billions. Like, Snapchat doesn't make any money, but why is it still running? Well, hey, man, if you're the government and you want to get people's faces, what a better way to do it than this with doggy fucking filters and all that shit.
Yeah.
And that's what they've been saying from the start that fucking Snapchat was fucking facial recognition shit to get your, now you got your fucking, you got your profile, it has your name on it, they got your email, and then boom, you do your face, and bow, they got your fucking face. Yeah. And this app is losing money. It's never made $1. They can't make money. Same thing with Facebook, same thing with fucking Google, same thing with Google makes money, obviously, but there's a lot of these things that have the government or the deep state is investing in early that keeps them afloat even when they're losing billions of dollars.
So once I saw that how fake that SpaceX footage looked, and I found out after that the government's, there's some reports that he got $4 billion from the government, taxpayers' money. So, but I think 2 is probably, I'll go with 2 because I heard 2 as well. It was on some news report. It could all be bullshit, but as soon as he's getting money from the government, it all made sense to me. I'm like, oh, okay, I see what's going on. Everyone's losing faith in NASA, so they prop up Elon Musk, boom. And since Tesla, unless it's bullshit, and maybe Tesla's making a lot of money, but since they're on the brink of disaster, he's launching that Roadster up there that could save his company, right? Everyone's going to want that Roadster. Yeah. It's like a big publicity stunt.
100%. 100%. Now, there's a moment, and your buddy, Eric Dubai put out this video, and there's a moment where people think there's a glitch, where there's this bright flash, right? And then seems to be something inside. Yeah,
it's like the car was inside the rocket. That's what that was. Like it's supposed to be inside the rocket, and then it's supposed to
explode.
The rocket explodes.
The hatch explodes, thus putting the car into space.
And how fake did that look?
Well, that's the question. Is that on the ground in a set studio, which there's a picture of the car in this studio?
For sure.
Is that when the hatch explodes and that's the hatch?
When the hatch explodes, the camera should be shaking. There should be a gigantic explosion and rumbling and disruption.
Just before that, dude.
People think that's real, dude. People think that looks like Ted and Tim and Eric.
Just before that.
That looks like Tim and Eric.
Here we go. Yes. Is it that moment right there? This is what we're talking about.
Man, it's scary that people believe this. It's scary. And they're rooting for it. They're like, yeah, this is evidence. This is enough evidence that it's real. Look at that. Come on, man. Come on. Jesus Christ. We're in trouble. We're in trouble. People believe that shit.
What would you expect to see besides this?
Big trouble. That's fake as shit.
There's no stars anywhere.
No, it's just fake. When you look at enough CGI, admitted CGI photos of the Earth, and when you're obsessed with that shit, and you've seen so many, you're seeing the exact same thing. We're basically experts at spotting fake pictures of the Earth from space. We're looking at that shit all the time. It's like who's better at checking fake IDs than someone that works at a check cashing store.
That's true.
They're looking at IDs all goddamn day. They can spot like fake bills easy. Like a normal person can't spot a fake bill or a counterfeit bill as good as someone who works at a bank, someone who's working with money all the time. As soon as they could tell a counterfeit quick, boom, they go, this one's off. This is not like that.
It just senses with them.
Yeah, and when you see this shit over and over again, where they're admitting it on the NASA website, they're admitting that it's CGI composites, it's strips of data. They are admitting it because it does look so fake. They're like, hell yeah, that looks fake. They had to admit it. They have to admit it's a CGI composite. They're admitting it all the goddamn time. So when you see, oh, this is the real one, that looks just like the shit you said was fake.
Yeah.
It's the same shit. Mm-hmm. It doesn't look any different. It's the exact same thing. It looked fake, so you had to admit it was fake. And now this shit that you're saying is real, you're saying that now it's real, but it's the same fake shit.
No, I got you. It's interesting, dude.
The proof has got to be just irrefutable for me. It's got to. You can't just say, "Hey, here's a picture." It could be real. For me, it's not. Hey, it could be real, man. You should believe it. Why does everything have to be fake? It isn't like that. For me, it's like, it's fake until you fucking prove it to me with irrefutable evidence. It's fake because you've been lying this whole time. Yeah. So why would I trust a liar? You know, some guy's just lying all the fucking time to you all the time, and then you're like, why don't you trust him? You don't trust him on anything. Like, so your friend, trust him. I know he's lied about everything, but what makes you think? Can you prove that he's lying about this? Can you prove? You wouldn't. It wouldn't even be about that. It's like you've lied about so much shit.
Right.
This is so easily fakeable. I look at it a whole different way. Like, it's fake until it's undeniably truthful.